People in the comments say that I hear things weirdly. I also get a lot of pleasure and pain from sound in general, and it seems to be more so than other people. And I don't know if that's an advantage or disadvantage. Should I have been an audio engineer or worked in audio production or something like that? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And that's why I bought the Rick Beato Ear Training program. I thought maybe I would try that and just see if anything comes naturally to me. I don't know anything about music. I can't read music. I don't play any instruments. I'm not a musician. Nothing. I don't know Rick. I bought this program with my own money. I don't get anything for saying this. I just wanted to make this video just to see if anything magical happens. Before I get started, grab your coffee. Cheers. So there was a sale. I bought it. This is the first time I've even opened it, signed in. When I bought this, I didn't really know what was in it, what I would learn. I just wanted to figure out if I could hear things like Rick Beato can hear things. I now realize how ridiculous that statement is. And immediately, I see all these terms that a lot of them I've heard. I have really no idea what they are. Things like triads and tonal progressions and musical aptitude. Let's get started with pitch. Is the second note lower, higher, or the same? Same. Higher. Some instructions would help here to say, we're going to play all these things in a row. There's no time to even think or breathe. And so get ready with your freaking fast fingers. Now I know how it works. And now I think I understand the lows and highs. I don't know how to describe it. Crazy. It's almost like I had a vision of what it looked like. Think of like a note that like just stretched like this way, like in my head. And if it stretched a little bit, it was high. If it stretched a lot, it was low. That's really weird, right? Oh, there's a watch video here.
Let's talk about the lessons. You need to pass each lesson with a score of at least 80%. This helps eliminate the possibility that you're getting them right by chance. In this module, you'll be played 2 notes and asked if the second note is higher, lower, or the same. For some of you, you're saying, oh, that's incredibly easy. Well, if that's the case, finish it and move on to lesson 2. Trust me, it's going to get much more difficult.
Should have watched that first. Okay, I'm going to try this again. Now that I know how it works, I know I can get this right. Here we go. So I got to get 80%. I got 76 the first time. I didn't even know what the hell I was doing. So I figure second time, no problem. It's just, why not just have a start button? Why is this play? This makes me think play, it's going to play a sound here. There we go. Okay, not bad, not bad. 88. I mean, I got a couple wrong. I don't know what happened with those. I wonder if there's certain... I don't know. I don't know what happened. But anyway, pass. There were a couple in there that were more difficult. The timing thing, I think if I did it first without the timing thing and I could take a second to think about it, maybe I would have done a little bit better. Maybe. Timbre comparison. Oh,
timbre identification is a necessary skill for being able to pick out what instrument in the orchestra is being played at any given time. Let's begin.
So those videos are extremely loud. Now I know I have to turn my headphone volume way down when I listen to Rick talk, and I have to turn it way up when I'm doing these tests. Are you hearing the same sound or a different one? This seems easy. Yeah, easy. Is that difficult for people? Now maybe there'll be a different one where they're different instruments or slightly different instruments. Maybe similar guitars are playing the same note and you'd have to try to decipher if they're different guitars. Is that where this is headed? Because that seems extremely easy. So easy, why would you even have a test for this? That's what I thought. This is like the video gamer in me. I do kind of want to get that to 100%. If I finish all this, will I learn anything about my ears? Do I have a certain aptitude, or are my ears kind of wired, ears and brain wired for this type of thing? I don't know if that's the case, but it does seem like I will learn a ton about music if I go through all of these. Just looking at all this stuff, this is in depth. This is a lot. So the learning about music is really exciting for me now. Going to take way longer than I thought it would take as well. But hey, credit to Rick for putting together a pretty elaborate program here. Okay, intervals. No idea what that means.
Then you do the whole step. Da, da.
I have no idea what he's doing right now. I'm so lost.
When you get to the minor third, we're going to actually take a diminished chord, okay?
No idea what these words
C
mean.
as the middle. Da.
No clue.
Try to really nail the notes, even if you're not a great singer.
I'm not singing.
Next, let's move to the tritone, okay? So if I go
What
tritone up.
This isn't helping me at all, and I realize now I am so out of my league in here. It should have been like a prerequisite saying, hey, if you don't know your notes, you're screwed. If you're just a person with weird ears, this is not going to help you at all. You would just end up being more confused. I have no chance. All right, let's get into the test. Woo! Oh, a minor and a major? Oh, jeez. Boom! The minor second, to me, sounds like something you would play in a horror movie or a stressful situation where you're trying to make the person feel uncomfortable, because that's how it makes me feel. And it sounds like one of those keys is wrong. It's like intentionally off to give you that feeling of anxiety. It's also a sound I dislike. That was the first thing I figured out in the practice mode, is that I dislike the sound of minor second. The flip side is the major second, where everything feels like it's working together. It's in unison. It's smooth. It's pleasing. That's how I described the major seconds. And I like that sound. I don't know what just happened. Is that normal? People who know music, is that normal? Anyway, I think I fucking crushed it. I am totally lost. Melodic seconds might be the end of my ear training journey. I'm going to have to come back to melodic seconds because I cannot decipher any of it, having never attempted to do this before, I should say. Harmonic thirds.
Of the scale. Minor third, major third. Minor third, major third.
Oh my God. I got no fucking chance. That sounds like minor. Nope. I think that's a major. God. The test doesn't actually make those buzzing sounds, but I put them in for dramatic effect. You're welcome. I'm going to jump into these and see if there's any I can just rip through like this harmonic seconds without knowing anything. I'm just going to go right into the practice modes, see if anything is obvious. Okay, these that's not going to work. That's just guessing. All right, let's try this. I imagine these are going to get harder and harder. Perfect fourth, perfect fifth. No idea what the difference is, so I'm going to try to learn on the fly.
Or it wants to resolve down to the major third.
Not helpful. All right, this is going to turn into a comedy of errors here instead of me thinking I had any ability or I had any business really taking this or buying this course. Okay, that one I have no idea. Harmonic sixths. This would be easier.
Major sixth interval.
Okay, that one I'm not going to be able to get either. Maybe intervals are not where I should start. Let's go to triads.
To make a Lydian triad, I played C and G.
Okay, this is fucking crazy. That makes no sense. Oh, God. We're going to go into rhythm. One note quarters. What do these numbers even mean? Press the buttons corresponding to the... So is this I got to do like a... Well, no, you can't do 4/4 because there's 2. How do you even do this? So why is 1... This is so confusing, this interface. Oh, so... Okay. So that little... So there's the click, 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 and then the boom. And that's where you have to find the boom. That's the clue. I don't know if that's the way you're supposed to do this, but that's what it seems like to me. So I'm just going to do the test. God damn it. I missed that one. Guess it... Oh, well, that's fine. I found another one I can do. Easy. All right, let's jump into this one. 2 notes, quarters. Okay, now there's 2 of those little boom. 2, 3. Okay, I got this. Easy. Yeah. All right. These must be just easy for people, right? The stuff that I've gotten 96% on, I mean, all this stuff is obvious, right? Let Like anybody can get this, right? I mean, this is just counting. I feel like I'm doing the really easy stuff that anybody would get, which makes sense. Okay, easy stuff. 4, here we go. We're just going into the test. Fuck it. Living on the edge. Oh, shit. Do you have to hit them in order? I know that was right. I went shortcut. I went boom, boom, 4 and 8 or 4 and 7 or whatever it was. I know it was on the 5th, so I got screwed there. So clearly the easy stuff I can do.
The next rhythm module is eighth notes. Don't forget to count the ands on this one. So it'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let me show you.
Smart. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Oh, Lord. It's the ands that are really hard. It would be easier just to count to 8. Boom, 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 boom. I think it's these. Oh, I have no idea. I have absolutely no clue. It's breaking my brain. Some of these are really, really difficult. Significantly more difficult than the others. Oh, that's a 4 and. So it's and 2, 3, and 4 and. Hey! All right.
Hey!
Oh, so close. Okay, let's try polyrhythms.
Yay!
That's fine. Easy. These are easy.
Way!
Easy. This is 3. Oh, it's day 2, and I realize I've made a huge mistake by buying this program. Not because it's, well, it's an amazing program. You could learn a ton from it, but I clearly did not have the required knowledge to get started with this thing. Coming in as a complete beginner, non-musician, non-anything, it's very hard. That's gotta be. Oh my God. Random guessing isn't gonna work there. Okay, I thought maybe I could get the meters down, but no. Okay, Polychords has a starter video. Let's try that. I already know it's not gonna work because he's at the piano.
Welcome to Chapter 17, Polychords. What the inversions are and what the relationship is from the top triad to the bottom triad.
Yeah, no. No chance. Okay, skip.
E, C, E flat, like that. Let's get started.
Jesus. Pentatonic single octave. I have no chance. Identify. Yeah. See, I don't even know the. I don't think taking a quiz is the best way to learn this. So that's not going to work. Inner note hearing. What does this mean? Oh my God.
Third and fourth buttons that you'll depress. Let's get started.
Skip. Second day was a complete failure. I wasn't able to do any, I wasn't confident enough to do any of the tests. And so I'm still sitting here at, with these numbers, only 15 completed. Yeah, I got the first one, and then after that, they became significantly more difficult, and so I didn't move on. The Beato Ear Training method is very cool. It's clearly Rick and his team, I assume. I assume Rick didn't write all the code for this thing. They put a ton of work into this. This is so elaborate, so detailed. I imagine it's super valuable for musicians. I don't know how valuable it is for me. I think I could learn something if I went through and tried to figure this stuff out. That's probably not my guess. That's probably not the best way to try to learn all of this stuff, is to be quizzed on it instead of having like a really detailed explanation first of just how you would count a polyrhythm or odd meters, and then just the note training of playing a C over and over and over, so I can kind of imprint that in my head. Because the obvious, hard, very difficult piece to overcome is this is all a completely different language that I don't understand, and so I'm trying to figure it out just through sound, and I don't think it's not possible for me, at least. That is obvious. Originally, why I bought this program is I wanted to figure out what's going on with my ears. And for example, I have thought in the past, these were years ago, I thought I should work in audio. I wanted to work in audio production or become an audio engineer. I never did it. I was already so far into a different career, working in kind of web tech. I wanted to stay there instead of making the switch into audio. It wasn't until I got older that I really became obsessed with sound and more of, what goes into production of an album or a song. Is there something going on with my ears that would make it simpler or easier for me to jump into a career in audio, whatever that might mean. But that's the whole thing about my head. I mean, that's why I do the music reactions. That's why I made one song. That's why I continue to do cover songs. And I love all that stuff. I love trying to record. I love taking this microphone and my laptop and going into my car, into the garage, and recording. That's where I record my rap lyrics.
Since we hopped out that DeLorean.
Try to make beats or find different songs, or just take out the lyrics from an existing track and put my vocal on top of it and try to make it sound like the vocal fits into the song. I mean, it's never perfect because, again, I'm a beginner. I'm learning how to do that stuff. But that's why I keep going back to those projects and doing things like this. It's all related to sound for me. Even when I make videos, like I made one about the 4th of July, it was more of an experiment about sound than it was making the visual side of it. And that's what I wondered about this program. Maybe if somebody could come in and they know polyrhythms perfectly and they just ace that because they just understand it immediately. What does that mean? Does that mean they should be an audio engineer? Does that mean they should be a drummer? Does that guide you to a certain thing that you might be good at? That would be really interesting too. So what I've learned, the lessons I was able to complete without any prior knowledge of music, is that I should stick to drinking coffee and making reaction videos.